So, what do you think of the art car?
It looks good. I like it. I mean, you know, it's actually very complicated to design a car, even though it looks easy on the paper, but then when you start doing it, it's very difficult. So I like to see different type of art, and Le Mans 24 Hours, sometimes you see someone's different, and that one, I really like it.
It's a very cool design.
It is, isn't it? Stands out. I think that's the best thing about it.
What did you do before driving the Praga?
And so I did lots of karting, and then I did a C1 24-hour at Silverstone, which was where I really got noticed because we came 5th out of 100 cars.
Whoa.
It was awesome, and actually got the car to 2nd at one point. So yeah, that's why I got noticed. And then I tested this car at Silverstone, and now I'm racing it this year. So yeah, it's a big step, but I feel like it's definitely the right one. It's like a bigger go-kart.
Aero characteristic is the big difference?
Yeah, massive
Yeah,
difference.
same for me.
Yeah.
Biggest difference is the aero. It's the first car I've been in with the aero. I've only done the Fiestas and the GT5s myself, Ginettas. So both cars with zero aero, zero downforce, and low underpowered. So
A bit strange at the beginning because faster you go through a corner, more grip you have. It takes a little bit of time to get there, and then obviously there's too fast and then off the limit. But it's aero is very interesting, and I love. If I wasn't a racing driver, I'd be an aerodynamics engineer. I love it, and I love to go in the wind tunnel and they explain, these little parts here creates a vortex that actually, it's here, but they actually don't generate real downforce, and you're like, okay, interesting. But yeah, when you drive it, it's just finding the right limit, playing with it, and then also the big difference with cars is the car mass, and the braking, how much you can pitch the car and play with the brakes. I think to me, that's the way we should drive a car, with the brake pedal. It doesn't always work with every car, and in Formula One, depending the characteristic, again, it's not as easy as you would like. But those cars, they're very healthy and well done, so you can play around with them, and yeah, just especially like Silverstone, all the cops, maggots, Beckett's, Chapelle, you can feel the downforce is really good.
the Silverstone's a mega circuit. The GP circuit is very fast and flowing, isn't it? So it's great for any car with any downforce.
It's almost too fast for F1 now. In qualifying we don't have many corners. We've got turn 3, turn 4, 6 and 7, and then 15 and 16, 17. The rest is just flat. Turn 1 is flat, turn 9 is flat. Maggots, Chapelle, the Maggots, Beckett's, they're flat, and then just a quick downshift for Chapelle. Stowe, there's almost no brake. It's crazy. Just the tire scrub, you downshift 2 gears, do it in 6 gear at 250 or something like that. So it's crazy, Yeah, it's very, very quick.
So Roman, is there any tips you could give me?
Obviously the aero part is very important, and finding the right place where the car is happy, and also with your feeling. I think that's really important. Getting the best feeling in the car and being confident that it's going to do what you really expect it to do, and then also playing a little bit with the car mass. They're very light cars, which is awesome for racing. This is the best feeling you can have through the corners. It's just like a big go-kart, but just better. But yeah, it's just get into the car and try different setups and see the one you really like. Even though we all drive the same cars and understand the basis of driving, we always have different feelings, and something you may feel very comfortable and you may be very happy with. Maybe your teammate says, "Oh, this is far too oversteer for me in high speed." Yeah. But because maybe just the way you enter the corner, it just feels great, Yeah, exactly. And we have that too, Formula One. With Kevin Magnussen, sometimes in the corner says the car is far too oversteer in high speed and so on, and I'm like, this is perfect. But just we just have a tiny difference of the way you enter and the way you kind of feel the rear and so on. So it's all about feeling, to be fair.
You feel everything, don't you? And it needs to be spot on for both. For us, it needs to be drivable for both of us, doesn't it? Whereas the endurance, well, I think we're
100%.
quite good at having the same car together. We both like the car set up reasonably same, so we get a good balance for us both.
More and more, I enjoy the team racing. I did Le Mans 24 Hours once, and it's a great experience. You've got to share with your teammates, and you have to rely on the other one to carry the job that you've started, or when you give this thing, really, he's like, come on, keep going and so on. But obviously it's just finding the best compromise for everyone. That's why it's important also to have the car that is not too picky. And I think the Praga R1T is really well done in that aspect, because obviously more sometimes cars, if they're pushing the performance to a very extent level, but then the characteristics are very picky and so on, and then it just makes it very hard to have everyone happy with it.
Do you think the R1's a good stepping stone for, like, you know, young drivers as such?
Yeah,
to get into faster cars and everything.
Power ratio is there. You've got the aero. You know, it's a good racing car, and I think it's a very good step into fastest cars. You know, and I mean nowadays we can see in Le Mans the LMP2 they're going super fast. So you know you need to have cars like the R1 to get used to the speed and the aerodynamic and so on, and then move on to faster ones. But I think it's a great car. It's just, you know, it's just good to drive. Le Mans is probably the best race I've competed in.
Oh really?
Yes, it's such a crazy atmosphere over a week. You know, I remember doing it, and by Thursday night, so qualifying 2, I was cooked, and we haven't even started the race. You know, you go to Le Mans, you do the weighing, and then we've got the first practice. You need to learn the track. I was in a GT1 car, so there's LMP cars coming flat out around you, and then you do the night, the first quali, and then the weather is never quite sure. You don't know which lap is going to be a good one with traffic, and then you go into the race. And I remember seeing the barbecues and smelling the sausage on the Mulsanne Straight.
Lovely.
And actually we retired sadly at 3 a.m. The first thing I went to the Dunlop corner and had a beer there, and I was watching the guys, and I was like, yes, this is Le Mans.
Oh wow.
So I'll go back one day.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll race together.
Yeah, maybe
one
one day.
Yeah,
Hopefully, that'd be great.
that would be awesome.